Say what? So you think your music is so relevant, like, is it?
Don't you know who I am? I am DJ Subatomic Supernova! My music will reach the furthest corners of the galaxy. What have you done today, simpletons?
Hello everyone! Again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're now here for my third video, which is also the third entry into my series of NSR redesigns. Now we start getting on to bosses, starting off with our egotistical DJ Subatomic Supernova. Now, unlike before, where my designs were kind of more small changes that includes Mayday and Zook, this might actually be a real design. Now, as I have said before, I'm not redesigning these characters because I don't like them. I love these designs, but there's just some things that I feel like can be changed and added just to make them a bit more elevated, you know? When I actually came to doing DJ Subatomic Supernova, I did a whole lot more than I did for Mayday or Zook. But why should I let you just sit here and watch me talk about it? How about we actually see what I did? And for those who are new, my name is Veka, and welcome to my channel. Now, let's get into things, shall we?
For my music will ripple to the rims of the universe and back.
Now, when it came to designing DJ Subatomic Supernova, I knew there were some things immediately that I wanted to do. That be pushing his disco aesthetic more. His genre is disco stellar, which, fun fact, does not exist anything outside of it. I mean, as far as I've checked, but yeah. So, I wanted to push that as part of his aesthetic more. There's a lot of space in him, but there's not a lot of disco. So I put that into his fashion. Gave him those good old shoulder pads, changed his sneakers to platform boots. I mean, they were already platforms, but I wanted to do more with just simple sneakers and make them platforms. And changed his weird shirt color thing into a more button-up, open-top shirt. A lot of guys wore those back in the disco days. Now, obviously, that'll pop up to you is color change. With Mayday and Zook, I didn't touch original colors more, other than trying to be close to them, but still have my own feel of vibrancy to them. But with DJ Subatomic Supernova, when I tried doing his, things just kind of didn't mesh well. I kind of get a bit muddy with how many of the blues clash with the other warmer colors. So I kind of switched it up. I took the blues to a more indigo purplish type color and changed almost everything else. There are a lot of things that I simplified on this design to be noted of. His solar system pattern on his jacket does not include most rings, only the first 4. And even then, they don't include separate colors each planet had on them while spinning. In my opinion, it's a good detail, but it does create a bit muddy of colors. It draws attention away from him, and it kind of looks a bit weird against him with the colors they chose for the rings and the planets themselves. I like it, but I don't know, it's something that kind of weirds me around his design. So I kept it all to a type of pink and light pink for the planets. That way it's more cohesive. I also brought that pattern to his shoes. The thing I like to do is keep patterns consistent, kind of spread them out places that you would see them like. And since shoes usually have that curve in the back, I thought it'd be good to put the sun there with the planets around them. It's a neat little detail. Now, I want to tell you my references for this guy, those being Pearl and Marina from Splatoon 2 and their side order versions. Yeah, if you couldn't tell from the shirt, I did use Pearl's pattern on there. A little note I want to add about that, I'd like to think that it does the same thing that Pearl's pattern does. In-game, during music, her pattern and, her and Marina's patterns both jump to the beat. It's like a little light that kind of just bounces to the beat as the music goes on. So I thought his would do that too. That way it could be a little detail that small players can notice. I used Pearl's jacket from her side order design because I thought it's a kind of space type looking jacket. I don't know the official name for them, but I thought it fit well on him. Also, there's significance for those rings around his arms. I don't know they are for the original jacket, but for this, I want to say it's where his arms actually start to stretch like in his future phases do. Now, I did swap out his shorts for sweatpants because I think a planetarium would be really cold. I'm pretty sure this game takes place in summer, but there is no way a planetarium is not cold as hell. So I gave him sweatpants because it's better to keep your chest cold than your legs. On that note, I also did switch out his hairy legs for a hairy chest. You know, just to keep things more fashionable. In his gloves, I removed the white part of the gradient. When it came to how it looked in game, it kind of felt weird seeing it. It felt like it was supposed to play into the actual line on his gloves, but then it kind of just splotches around where it's supposed to be, and it makes it look messy. So I removed the entire gradient and just kept it to the colors I was using on him, but I had the white line in the middle of them. With his helmet, I gave him headphones that weren't just the basic type. I gave him a little antenna to them because I think it would be cute for him to have, like, again, I want some space and disco, and a little Saturn around his antenna would make it really nice detail. I also brought back his old visor for some of the concept art. I wish that I kept that. I know it's a bit weird to have it on a glass ball, but it just makes him look a bit more cool. With Mayday and Zook, their poses came pretty naturally based on how they held their weapons. Well, Zook obviously comes from his idle position when he's standing in the middle of town with his king drumsticks. But for DJ Subatomic Supernova, I used his album design where he has a Earth standing on his finger. But of course, I switched to the colors that I used for all his secondaries because it kind of felt more cohesive with it. And if you can see on the side, I also included his battle icon, that being the one for his health bar. I kept it mostly the same, but just added the additions that I added to the initial design. That way it looked nice. I think it turned out pretty well with the blue background. That kind of makes sure everything stands out against it. And with all that, here he is. I'm really glad with how he turned out. I'm just kind of scared that he's probably going to be the only person who looks extremely different compared to the original cast. Because here's a spoiler for next part, which being Sayu. I like her design. I literally have no problem with it. The best I could do would probably do what I do with Mayday and Zook, being small changes. But other than that, there's not much I hate about her design. I'll still be doing it though, so I can cover every cast. But I'm going to try my hardest to see what I can do for her. Other than that, I hope to see you guys next time, alright? Have a good day, space travelers!
Billions and billions and trillions!
And Pluto is still relevant! Ya hear me? What's a Pluto anyway?